David Suttle standing here at Laramie High School with the brand new athletic director and assistant principal, Jeremy Qualls, and welcome to our community.
Thank you.
And talk a little bit about just where your interest stemmed. And I know that you've got more of a background in Idaho, but you've been in Wyoming for a little bit. Tell folks a little bit about yourself and just what kind of prompted your interest in coming here to Laramie.
You know, there's a few different things. First of all, I had some experience at Star Valley playing against Laramie, as we talked about earlier, and was pretty impressed with what I saw from that time. And also, I do have some family in Colorado. My daughter and my mom are both down there, so it was a logical move to get closer to them. And you know, my kids were looking for some place to go that maybe was a little bit different and had a few more things. They like movies, so now we don't have to drive 45 minutes to go see a movie. And you know, a few of the amenities of in Wyoming anyway, bigger town, was also of interest to me and my family as well.
Talk about your background and just when the position came open, did it really appeal to you at first, or was it something you kind of had to get talked into a little bit?
No, it did right away. In fact, one of my mentors that I worked with was a graduate of University of Wyoming, and when he saw that job, he knew that I was kind of looking and what I was looking for, and he said, man, you need to apply for this. It's a great place to be. It's a great town. If I wasn't going elsewhere out of the country, I would put in for it myself. And so that advice coming from him was huge. And you know, once I came over here and saw the town more than I had in the past, basically I'd just been here as a recruiter at the UW teacher fair and things like that, and actually kind of went around the town and saw some of the things it had to offer. I was really impressed, and obviously the high school is a great place to be, and met Mr. Kern, and he's the kind of guy that I'm excited to work for.
Talk about the whole process and what it was like to interview, because it sounds like you've got experience in this hybrid assistant principal AD role from being at Pinedale before you were the principal there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough process. We you know, they definitely were thorough, which I appreciate. That tells me a lot about the district. You want them to make sure they're screening their candidates well, and certainly did that, but at the same time made me feel very welcome and made me feel like, you know, the fact that I had applied and was interested was important.
All right. Tell me a little bit more about Jeremy Qualls, the person. What should the community members know about you as an individual?
You know, I'm big on my family. I love being around my family. I love doing things with them. I love sports. I've always loved sports. You know, I coached 3 sports for 15 years. You know, had a chance to be an athletic director and activities director. I also love the activities. My kids themselves have all been involved in different stuff. My oldest was a Skills USA kid. My next daughter was a musical theater kid, and my next 2 seem to be more into the ball sports. So definitely have interest in all those things.
Let's see, you're a sports guy, so let's run through favorite NFL team.
You know, unfortunately, it's the Raiders.
Ooh!
I say that because that's generally the reaction I get. But yeah, it is. So.
All right, that's okay. The previous football coach was a Raiders guy, and I gave him all kinds of hard time. Can't really do that now because the Raiders are pretty good right now, honestly, folks. Favorite basketball team? Do you have one?
You know, I don't have a basketball team that I'm really committed to. My kids obviously are on the Golden State bandwagon, so I support them a little bit. But I'm old school. I mean, I'm still a 80s Bulls guy, 80s and 90s Bulls guy.
I got you. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Favorite baseball team?
Royals. Definitely Kansas City Royals.
Okay. All right. So just a little bit. Other interests besides sports and family? Anything else that, I mean, you're an outdoors guy or city dweller? What else do we need to know?
You know, I do enjoy the outdoors. That's always been a part of what I've done, is camped and fished and that kind of thing. So I really enjoy that. You know, it's once you get kids that are the same age as our kids, that's kind of your hobby. Yeah. So I mean, until those things have moved on, I mean, really, that is my hobby, is chasing them all over the place right now.
What are your impressions of Laramie High School's athletic programs from the AD standpoint?
You know, they've got a lot of great things going on here. I've had the opportunity to meet and visit with several of the coaches thus far. They seem to be very on top of what they're trying to do with the programs, both in the activities area and the sports. They communicate very well, which is always a positive. I've been very impressed so far with my fall coaches coming in and how well they've kind of kept me in the loop with things, and also understood that I'm the new guy, so I'm going to need to know some things. they obviously have a great facility to work with here, and I've seen great things so far.
How do you balance that with the assistant principal job? You have experience in that being at Pinedale, but that's a little different with a smaller enrollment versus a bigger enrollment.
It is, and I think that's where you just have to really carve out a set kind of schedule for your day. Now, obviously, that's can go away quickly. All of a sudden, something happens, and that schedule is not there anymore. So I think fluidity is the key. Dealing with the dynamic nature of the position and just being able to prioritize and take care of the things that are most important in that particular day.
Just a few weeks away from school, is there anything you're looking forward to, any message to the public in terms of what they should know about our new AD assistant principal?
You know, I'm available. Come and talk to me. I'm big on open door. Sometimes a lot of people will say open door policy. My door's always open. I'm a big fan of just going and opening doors and talking to people myself. I think that's a better way to do it. But I'm excited to be here. I'm eagerly anticipating the kids. That's why we do it. And once they get in the building, it makes things a lot more fun. And I'm excited to start watching some Laramie athletics and activities from my new viewpoint.
Well, it all starts on Monday with football, golf, and tennis practice, and shortly after that, you got swimming, volleyball, and cross country. The fall sports season will be right around the corner. Jeremy, thanks so much for the time today.
Thank you, Mr. Settle. I appreciate it.
That's Jeremy Qualls, your new athletic director and assistant principal at Laramie High School.